Hello everyone, my name is Anggi Pertiwi from class 08CJ002 from Universitas Pamulang. In this video, I will present a film analysis as part of the final exam for the Popular Literature course. The film I will be discussing is one of the newest animation movies full of action, humor, and also meaningful culture and social message. This is Despicable Me 4. Let's take a look at the analysis. Before we dive into the analysis of Despicable Me 4, let's take a moment to reflect. Have you ever felt like you had to hide your true self just to fit in? Or maybe you know someone who is still haunted by memories of high school, whether it's being praised or being built. This film presents those ideas in a fun and humorous way, but also with deep meaning. It explores family culture situation like school reunions, family roles, and social identity. At the same time, it touches on serious issues like bullying and the freezer the come from. Let's take a closer look together.
Well. Look who it is. If it isn't Gruser the loser.
The first is social issue is bullying. The quote is in this movie is, "Look, who is it? If it isn't Gruser the loser." And the explanation in the quote above is spoken by Maxime Lemal, the main antagonist in Despicable Me 4. At the marks, the protagonist grew during their high school reunion. The phrase "Gruser the loser" is cruel fun intended to embarrass and belittle group publicity. This is a clear example of verbal bullying, a form of emotional abuse that target a person's appearance, social status, or character. This scene highlights how bullying can persist into adulthood and how past trauma can continue to shape someone's self-esteem. Even though Gru is now a successful farmer, and a respected member of the anti-villain language, Maxim still treat him as the same weak boy from school. This shows that bullying can leave lasting emotional scars and make a person feel unworthy, even after personal growth and success. The film uses Gru's experience to deliver an important message. The best revenge is not through anger, but by becoming better and stronger. Despicable Me 4 not only entertain but also teaches young audience about the long-term impact of bullying and the importance of resilience.
It's good to laugh, no? Anyway, you remember my girlfriend, Valentina? She was captain of the Femme Fatale Kill Squad and the most popular girl at school, huh?
The second is high school culture and popularity stereotypes. The quote in this movie, "She was captain of the Femme Fatale Cheer Squad and the most popular girl in school." And the quote explanation reflects a typical Western high school set stereotype, especially found in American film and TV show. Valentina Maxim's girlfriends represent the classic popular creative leader trope, while Maxim is portrayed as the school idea. In contrast, Gru is shown as the cold side or rebel student. This dynamic serves as the emotional and social foundation of their adult rivalry, one rooted not only in their current conflict but in an unresolved world from adult skin. This stereotype is used to build character depth. Maxim is still stuck in his high school glory and days around of his status, while Gru on Hamilton has evolved into someone adorable. The rated all tension and moves and flow forward as Maxim delivers and villainous monologue and reveals his grand plan. The film's subtle critique is how popularity in school can affect a person's long-term identity and self-worth.
Is this on? Can I have everyone's attention, please? Good evening and welcome, Lycée Parbonne alumni. Now we're going to kick off the festivities by announcing the winner of our most coveted award, the Golden Alumni. without further ado, the winner of this year's Golden Alumni is... my favorite student, Maxime Lamar!
The next is Symbol of Achievement, Golden Alumni Award. In this movie, the quote is the winner of this year's Golden Alumni is Maxime Lamar. The explanation, this word announcement is a key turning point in the story. The Golden Alumni ceremony is not just a nostalgic event. It becomes the moment Maxime steps into the stoplight and uses his pen to launch his evil plan. It helps fight the flood forward while also humiliating Gru in front of this purse. It shows how Maxime still seeks validation and thrives on recognition. In terms of character development, this scene reveals Maxime a deep obsession with legacy and revenge. He doesn't care about being good. He only wants to wield power and admire it. The film also subtly critical how institutions sometimes reward charisma and popularity over real values or moral integrity, and encourage the audience to reflect on the true meaning of success and recognition.
Maybe we practice outside from now on.
There's my favorite husband. Did you remember to get the milk?
Oh, looks like somebody's a little cranky. Behind that sourpuss, I know you love your dada. Go on, say it. Dada. Dada.
Yes, of course he loves you. He just doesn't show it on his face or with his body language. Right, Gru Jr., come on.
Next is family dynamics and modern parenting styles, cultural element. The evidence in here, the first is, there's my favorite husband. Did you remember to get the milk? And the second is, where is daddy hug? Go and say it, dada. And the third is, he just doesn't show it on his face or with his body language, right, Gru Jr.? The explanation in this part reflect unclear family life in modern American culture, where both parents share responsibility in child rearing and household routines. Lassie's question about milk and the absurd number of milk variations like almond, oat, goat milk satirizes modern consumer culture and whole turn in Western societies. Gru attempts to bond emotionally with his baby. Gru Jr. also demonstrates and pulping fatherhood norms. Modern parenting expects fathers not only to provide but also to engage emotional with their children. Even though Gru Jr. doesn't show affection openly, Lassie reasons Gru that emotional connection takes time. This in humanizes Gru and the parenting in humorous but meaningful way.
Safe house, and it's fun, and it's safe, and it's fantastic, and we're going.
Yeah, you'll get a new room, go to a new school. That'll be fun, right?
The next is relaxation and the safe house concept. This is a cultural element. The quote in this movie is, "It called it safe house, it's fun and it's safe and it's fantastic." The second is, yeah, you'll get a new room, go to new school, that will be fun, right? The explanation, the safe house is familiar concept in Western spy movies, where characters hide in a remote location for safety. In this film, however, it so took a family-friendly lens, blending spy action with family life after Maxim travels a river. Gru's family moves to a new town called Mayflower, a name symbolic of the beginnings, referencing the ship that the first settles to American. The realization triggers emotional tension, especially for the children who are forced to leave rent, school, and familiar surrounding. Although the parents try to reason it as a fun adventure, it's clear that the children feel the pain of loss and displacement. This culture trope ends emotional depth with progressing the story.
My friends.
You'll make new friends, probably better ones.
Oh,
I can't believe this.
Yes, a lot of emotions, big life change, less talking, more walk.
The next is social issue, emotional impact of relocation and children. The quote in here is the first, what about all my friends? You all make new friends, probably better ones. The third is I can't believe this, and the fourth is yes, lot of emotion, big life change, less talking, more walking. The explanation is relocation for safety might be relational decision for adults, but for children it can be deeply traumatic. They are separated from their friend, school, pets, and everything they know. In this case, Lassie and Good try to downplay their kids, feeling with phrase like you all make new friends, but the children's reaction saw real distress and frustration lines like what about all my friends reflects child emotional world being turned about the adult response less talking more walking reflects how grown-ups after diminish children emotional instead of validating them. The film educates viewers about the importance of listening to young people during major life change.
You're going to have to try to not be so Gruish.
I mean, you know, you.
Okay, enough. I don't make people awkward or uncomfortable. I'm very comforting, like a nice meatloaf. I'm pretty delicious. This is not awkward. You're the ones who are making it awkward.
Gru, you have to blend in. Your family's lives are at stake. You understand?
Of course, yes. Fully understand. We would do anything to keep our family safe. Yeah.
Right, well, I'll be in contact when this is all over. Until then, capturing Maxime Lamal is our top priority. Stay safe.
You know what, Gru? Maybe this isn't so bad. We need a break from chasing down villains and dangerous missions, right? We can actually be a normal family for once.
The next is social issue, identity struggles, and social pressure to come from. The quote is, you are going to have to try to not be so gross, and you do that. I mean, you know, okay, enough. I don't make people uncomfortable. Gru, you have to blend it. Your family's lives are at stake. And the next is, maybe this isn't it so bad? We can be a normal family for us. And here in the explanation, this quote highlights a powerful social issue. The freezer, the suppress one's identity to fit in. Gru is told not to be too gross, which means he has to hide his true self to protect his family and appear normal in public. This reflects a real-world experience of people, especially those with unique personalities or backgrounds, who are expected to conform to societal norms to avoid judgment or rejection. When Lexi say, maybe isn't so bad, we can be a normal family for us. It adds to the idea that being normal is the goal, even if it means subscribing authenticity. The film gently critiques this mindset by showing how conforming too much can erode one's sense of identity and freedom. Through Gru, young viewers learn that while adaptation is important, staying true to one's self is just as valuable. In conclusion, Despicable Me 4 may appear to be just a light-hearted animated film, but beneath its humor and action lies a thoughtful exploring of culture, dance, and social issues. Thug its depiction of modern parenting, school stereotypes, emotional challenge in relocation, and identity struggle. The film offers more than just entertainment. It delivers important message to audiences of all ages. The movie highlights how experiences like bullying and the pressure to come from can leave lasting effect even into adulthood. At the same time, it reflects cultural values such as family, bonds, emotional parenting, and the impact of fame and recognition by blending these elements with humor and animation. Despicable Me 4 not only engaged viewers but also encouraged them to reflect on real world challenges with empathy, resilience, and self-acceptance. I hope this video can broaden our perspective that animated movies are not only entertaining but also carry important culture message and social issue. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this has been useful and inspiring, encouraging you to view films in more critical and meaningful way. I am Anggi Pertiwi from class 08C002 from Universitas Pamulang. See you next time and literary greetings.